how are you today? This is Dorothy, and I'm stepping in for Susie Q. She is doing some errands with Grandma today and couldn't make it. So she said that I have full control over it. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I am trying to work everything at once, so just be patient with me. We have a new host code for March. It's listed at the bottom of your screen. And we have got some very pretty cards today. Let's get down to business. Last week, the winner of our cards was Kat. Congratulations, Kat, for winning our cards last week. So we all know Dorothy's not the best at this. And I would rather be behind the screen than on the screen. But Mom said, hey, you can do it. So we'll see how it goes. This is a card. This is our card number 1. She'll have the tutorials posted sometime. I'm not 100% sure when, since she'll be gone all day today. It might be sometime this weekend before we get them wrote out and posted online, but they'll be there. So card number 1 is using the Happiness Bounds suite. It's got the stamp set, and it's got the dies, the different flowers. See that? And the paper is just, it's beautiful paper. I don't know why I haven't used it more because it's so pretty. Daisy, that's enough. Daisy wants to help out today. This is some of our pretty paper, and it's called Hues of Happiness. And what we've done is, okay, I will get you your horn. Here's your toys. I'm not sure if having a service dog is anything different than having a toddler. You're constantly entertaining them, and they're constantly getting into stuff. No, back off. Stop. She might end up having to go sit out with Grandpa if she keeps it up. So she likes to snort. All right. This paper, the die cuts will cut out some of this paper. That's how I was able to get my flowers. It'll cut out the one that's got all the flowers on it. That's the purple ombre on the back. You just lay the dies and match them up, and it'll cut the flowers and the leaves out for us. And so that's how we were able to get our flowers. I also used the cane weave. You can't really see it too much, but the cane weave embossing folder gives it a texture on this piece of paper. But guess what, ladies? This paper right here. This is strips. This is just strips of scraps that we cut. So let's get started, and I will show you how to magically make your card look as pretty cool as mine. Because I wasn't able to have the same amount of the same color flowers to cut out, I had to cut different flowers out. So mine are more navy blue. So I cut a base of both just to see which one will look better. So you'll have to help me decide. Now, I can't necessarily see all the comments while I'm doing this, so I apologize. Hey, Shuri, thanks for your support, girlfriend. Oh, and Terry, you're flying to New York, huh? Foot surgery. That's not going to be fun. But yes, join us later. It'll be here. I promise. Somewhere. It'll be somewhere. Okay. Let's get started here. I know you all have done the strip cards before, because I know Mom has showed you strip cards. A secret to them this that she showed me this morning was to put them on um, the sticky back paper, to put it on your paper, and the adhesive backed paper, and then it'll put our strips down. I'm going to get here it is. Nope. I need to get my silicone mat for this. Stop. We're going to see about which. Let's put our silicone mat down. All right. Mom said a technique to do is to take the whole strip of your adhesive back paper and lay it down on a big strip of your white, and then you guys can just cut it as you go. So we are going to just pick up a corner of this and kind of hopefully get this right and lay it down. I say that, but see how well we can get this to work. I cut my paper a little bit bigger just because it's harder to lay it down corner to corner. So I cut my base, my adhesive sheets a little bit bigger than what I really need, because my base is going to be cut down. This piece right here that we're sticking the pieces to is going to be cut at 1 3/4. And I had it bigger so it was easier to stick the sticky paper down to. And then I'll stick my scraps down, and then we can cut it to the right size that we need it. So here we go. Hold our breath that it lays down right. One shot. Ah, yeah, there we go. We got this. All right. Now, before I take and remove the top part where it's sticky, I want to kind of just place my strips to kind of get an idea of how they might look, and that way I can change them. You are going to want a long strip, at least one long strip, so it goes from corner to corner. Just measure out there. You'll want one that's long enough that it'll go corner to corner. And then your other ones, you just kind of fill in with whatever size, whatever color, whatever size. I think what I might do is I might add some flowers to this one. Kind of give it some flowers, and let's see, what other colors do we got here? Oh, good, we have another one of these. I like this color. I love this pink. And you just kind of lay them down and see where you go and see what you like. You can use different sizes. They're not going to be the same. Because see, Mom's is cut skinnier. Her scraps are skinnier. Mine are I just used the scraps. I literally just took the scraps and was just, okay, this will work. Yeah, I can throw this one on there. This will work. Let's see. Kind of liking that one. See if I have another flower one that I could put on the top. That would be kind of cool to have a couple flowers. I thought I saw a flower one here. No. Here it is. And then let's just add a blue here at the bottom. There. That looks pretty good. I like that. All right, let's take this. Now that we've kind of know what we're doing, I'm just going to take it apart, and I'm going to take and remove my paper here. So my sticky stuff is on my... See all that sticky stuff? I'm sorry, ladies. Mom does way better at this whole talking and crafting thing. I'm a quiet crafter, but she told me I couldn't have a silent video today. I asked her, I don't know why not, but she said I couldn't be silent. So I'm trying my best to keep you entertained. I took a nap beforehand, so that I was tired. I just went home and had everything ready, and I went home and I fell asleep. And then I woke up. I'm like, whoops, it's time to get going. Just get it as close as you can to the other piece of paper. Whoops, don't stick my finger. I think I'm going to have this piece up here. Whoops. Just line it up next to it and bump it up there. And I think I want more of this color. There. And I don't think we're going to see much of that corner, but just to be on the safe side, we'll just take and snip a little piece of this off and snip it down there, just to be on the safe side. I don't think we'll see it, but as soon as we didn't lay it down, that's when we would have seen it, and then we would have been like, what? All right, let's put the pink down. No, let's not put the pink down. Let's put the purple flowers down. That way the pinks aren't too close together. So what's everybody doing on this rainy Thursday? Mom's out with doctor's appointments with Grandma, and Dad's doing better. He's been resting today, so that's good. I think he's getting bored. If you know my dad, he's not one to just sit around and patiently wait for things. Aw, Cherie, you're so sweet. Hey, guess what tomorrow is, girls? Tomorrow is club day. Yep. All right. So now, gotta find Mom's trimmer. We're gonna cut this down to... No, Daisy. Cut this down. Maybe, if Mom's trimmer will come with me. All right, I need it to be 1 3/4 by 6. And I know that's not the size of our card base, but give me till 6, and then I'll take my scissors and I'll trim it up. That way I know I've got it from side to side. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, because it's hard for me to see this piece of paper here with all my extra stuff. So I'm just going to cut off my extras alongside the white base. Okay, that way I can kind of get a clearer look on how to cut it to the 1 3/4. Save your scraps, because you can do this with any paper, any size scraps. You can even do another one of these cards and use what you're cutting off. Well, some of them you can't cut or can't use, but some of them you could. Okay. Now see how that's better? I can see what I'm cutting now. So since I have a little white up here showing, I want to make sure I cut that side off. 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4. Okay, there's my 1 3/4. All right, now what we need to do is clean up our mess here. All right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run it through my texture folder, my cane weave, to kind of give it the texture. So I'll be right back. I don't want to put it too far up because I want to make sure I've got the texture going all the way across it. And if you put it all the way up to the top where it joins, this part where it folds, you don't always necessarily get the texture on there. So we want to make sure we get the texture. All right, this is a 3D embosser. You guys all know how to use the embossing machine. Apparently I do not. Hold on a second here. Let's try it this way. There we go. I was trying to sandwich it too much. Oh, cool. All right, move, Daisy. See how that gives it texture now? Kind of see it. All right, so I've got to find my. I gotta put my pretend card up so I know what I'm doing here. All right, so I have my base, and this will go down in the middle there. I was telling Mom the other day how I like when I get a brand new seal tape and seal and plus in there in my container, because then it just runs so slick and it's so easy. You just barely push down on it, and then the more you use, the harder you push down. She just started laughing at me. I'm just going to kind of put this in the middle, halfway. No, I'm going to bring it down because my sentiment isn't that wide. All right. See how I have some of this to cut off? I'm just going to trim that off. No biggie. Okay, so we've got that laid down. Now we get to do the fun part. Now we get to, let's stamp our greeting first. Let's lay our flowers out to see what color I might want to go with. Night of Navy or Coastal Cabana. I'm thinking probably going to use some, I think I'm going to go with Night of Navy because my flowers, my big flower is a Night of Navy, and so it's kind of a rich color. So I think that's the color I'm going to go with. So I'm going to get my Night of Navy ink out, and I'm going to stamp my happy birthday at the bottom. That way, if I mess up on my happy birthday, all I'm taking off is my middle sheet, and I can take that up pretty easy because I didn't really put a whole lot of seal down on that. Let's put that down here at the bottom. It's pretty straight. Not bad. Close up my ink pad here. All right, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a little bit more sticky stuff to my corners. Just because my paper is so textured, it was coming up on some spots. All right, let's lay down what we got going on here. We got a big flower over here. Just gonna glue her down. I'm excited for card class tomorrow. I like when it's card class day. Get to see all my friends. Get to see all my friends and do some fun talking. Some fun making cards. The cards for this week or this month are cute too. Just kind of poke her down. Don't want to poke her down too much. I want to add some leaves behind her. If you don't know anything about, if you're watching and you don't know anything about the card clubs, get a hold of Sue. She'll give you all the details. It's a once a month club that's held in Lake Ozark and or Osage Beach actually, and Camington, or not Camington, Jeff City, once a month. I believe usually it's on the fourth or I think it's on the third Friday of the month. But we had to move it this month because we have our American Heritage Girl, another youth group that we work with. Their lock-in is on the third Friday. But you place a $20, I believe it's a $20 order for the club, and you're a hostess once a year for the club, and you get to have the different rewards as a hostess does. So that's kind of nice. All right, I need to pop up a couple here. Whoops. Got them going everywhere. I do hope this is recording so Mom can load it up to. I love card group 2, Sheree. It's so much fun. I hope this is recording so Mom can load it up if she needs to. I just hit the buttons like she told me, so we're going to cross our fingers. Mom said, don't stress over it. She actually goes, don't stress over it if it's not working very good for you. Just do the best you can, and I'll fix it when I get home. She sounded just like that, too. Sheree, she's going to kill me when she watches this video and hears that I'm mocking her in another voice. She's never going to let me do this again. I'll have to be supervised from now on. No, Mom and I have a lot of fun. I like to tease her. She's pretty cool. Oh, I used the wrong. No, put him to the side. I didn't want him. I wanted this pink one. Use some skeletons here. Yeah, Mom's going to watch this video later, Sheree, and she's going to be like, Dorothy Ann, seriously, that's not how I sound. And I'll be like, well, sure it is. I know, I am so dead. Well, that's what she gets. I told her I wanted a silent video, and she told me I couldn't do a silent video. Well, now maybe she'll have regretted those words. No, she's pretty laid back. She has fun. She said, what's the point of doing it if you don't have fun? That's Mom's motto. If you can't do it and have fun, then what's the point of doing the videos? She doesn't expect to be this fancy broadcasting company. She just does it because it's fun, and she loves doing cards with everybody. All right, smack her down there. Gotta add some leaves. Gotta get some leaf action here. I didn't make this one. Mom came up with this one because it's just been a busy week, and I've been traveling with Mom to Columbia to see Dad this whole week, and so I really hadn't had time to make my third one for today. I knew I was doing this, and I'd made 2 of them up last weekend. I just hadn't gotten my third one, and I just wasn't coming to me, and I'm like, Mom, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And she goes, I got you covered. I think I want to put, there we go. And then we're going to just glue this guy down. Oh my gosh, Daisy Ann. I'm sorry, guys. She has tore up one of Mom's hands. Naughty. I thought she was down here chewing on a toy and she got a hold of a hand. I'll show you here in a second. Mom is going to die. Audrey is going to die because Audrey likes to play with these. Hold on, girls. I'll be right back. I have to take her out to Grandpa. Out. No, Papa's not there. Come back here. Come on. Come on, Papa's not out here. You gotta come back here with Mom. Get back in here. Come on. Daisy, get in here. Get in there. Naughty. Sorry, I can't have her out at Dad's because Dad laid back down again. So, sorry, girls. This is what the hands look like. And you can put them on your fingers and just mess around with them. Daisy's dead because Audrey finds out that she chewed on one. Oh my gosh. I thought she was chewing on her toy. Nothing is safe with this one. I told you, girls. It's like a toddler. Sorry about that, ladies. I am so sorry. All right. Stick her some leaves up in there. Lift my guy up here. There we go. I think I'm going to try to sneak one in underneath. Won't fit. Alright, so there's our front. We're going to put it on the Night of Navy. So let's take this. Glue it down here. So what's everybody else doing this week? It's awfully quiet out there. Oh, we love Daisy too, Cherie, until she gets into stuff and gets me into trouble for it. And she knows better. She knows better. She's just being a nut. Cut that off a little bit more. I bought her new toys. Her new toys came in. I bought her bark box because I had gotten a couple toys from a friend that had bark box and she loves them. Well, she got bored with them. And so I'm like, okay, I will get her bark box for a few months and save up, and accumulate some toys and just take her toys and change them in and out for her. Well, that's what I thought she was down here chewing on, was her SpongeBob rubber toy. Yeah, wrong. I was so wrong. I'm so dead. All right, we can't dwell on it. Let's move on. All right. Now, see how pretty that is? Isn't that pretty? I think, before we go on, Mom has some Winkastelli. I think we need to just add a little Winkastelli to it. I Winkastelli everything. Everything needs a little Winkastelli. Nope, Daisy, don't start. Papa's sleeping. Just add a little shimmer. Not a whole lot, just a little. No rhyme or reason either. I'm just giving it some shim. Okay. All right, on our inside now, we're going to put wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. and a piece of paper. All right, so we've got some leftover scraps over here. Let's find one that we kind of like. I like this pink one. I like that pink. I think that's pretty rich looking. Out of all of them that I have, I think I like that one the best. So we're going to use that one. We're just going to give her some glue. And glue her to the bottom. That's funny how I brought this piece of this paper in, and now my color on my camera is all changed. Hopefully that's not changing on your guys' end, because now mine looks all yellow for some reason. Oh, it's because I brought the blue in. Look at that. Take the blue away. Interesting. All right. Cut the excess off on here. Boop. All right. Bring back in our Not a Navy. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. I know I have a friend whose birthday is the day before my son's birthday, the 14th. Noah's is the 15th. So I have an idea of who I'm going to send my birthday card to, because she's in Florida, so I don't get to see her. So I think this will be a pretty brighten her day. So I'm going to move it up so I can write her a little message, since I don't get to see her all the time. Normally I put it in the middle more, but I want to leave her a message, so. Whoops. Okay, now we'll close up our blue, because that'll be a no-no. So, I have no plans this weekend, girls. I have plans to work in the studio with Mom, and hopefully get some 3 on Thursdays worked on, to work ahead on, because that's our goal, is to work ahead on our 3 on Thursdays. So we're at least a couple weeks ahead, so when something comes up, we're not scrambling to get them done for you. So that's my plan, is to make some cards. And I think I have one in mind that's probably not going to be a 3 on Thursday. I just want to make it because it's obsolete paper. But I want to play with it. So there we go, girls. Now let's add some of these gems. Adhesive backed Milky Dots. What do you think? Think we should add some of these Milky Dots? I was thinking maybe some of these blues to bring out the navy. What do you guys think? Or I guess, what does Cherie think, since she's the only one on talking to me? Should I use the blue ones, or should I use... I don't know, maybe the gold ones. Maybe the gold ones, because then I've got that gold here in the paper. That would bring out the gold there. Cherie says the blue. I was thinking the blue too, because I just love the blue. I think it's so pretty. Let's put that back here. All right, let's add blue. All right, let's just get one of these hammer dammer hopper doppers, and then we'll add a couple down here. Remember your rule of a triangle. I always find that hard. I always find it hard to have the triangle rule and the rule of 3. There we go. That turned out cute. Look at that. I'll be stickins. Isn't that darling? That's darling. Let's add some of these to Mom's. I think for Mom's, let's add, you think these pale ones or the yellow ones for Mom's? Or do you think I should add the blue one to Mom too? I think hers needs some. I don't know. The yellow, I was thinking yellow too. Cherie, we are 2 for 2 today, girlfriend. We are thinking alike. There we go. Added a little something, something. All right, let's get this cleaned up here real quick. That is card number 1. Such a pretty, well, that's Mom's card. That's the card that you'll probably get because, I don't know, you might get mine. I don't know. But that's pretty. Either one, they're both pretty. But see how you took the same paper and made 2 different looking cards? I just think that is so cool how Stampin' Up! How Stampin' Up! Just makes their paper universal where you can just do so much with it. And it's not just, oh, this color for this color only. You do so much with it. All right. Now, let's work on our other card. Get that one put away. All right. Let's come over here to my basket. All right. This card, let's see, which one is it here? Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay. So I need those. I need that. I need this set. Okay. This card is going to require us to color, or as I call it, fake color. For this card, I used, let me show you the card first here. It says, "Thank you for inspiring me" on the front. And then, "You are a real blessing to everyone around you." So I used the Design a Daydream paper. That was, get out of that trash. That's a hostess. It's a host reward. This for in the catalog. If you're a hostess, you can get this paper instead of a stamp set. But it's called Design a Daydream, and it's a bunch of different paper in it, and it's really, really pretty. I used So Saffron. The inks I used is Blackberry Bliss, and I used Pool Party over here. And I also used Daffodil Delight for my flower. I used some Wink Stella. I used the Blessings of Home stamp set. The Blessings of Home stamp set. I also used Gross Grain Ribbon, Pool Party Gross Grain Ribbon. You can still get that. The Lasting Label Punch. Rhinestone Basic Jewels, which I've put somewhere. And the deckled, I love the deckled rectangles. The deckled rectangles, and I believe I used number 4. I think I did that. So, no, I used number 2. I used number 2 on this. So, all right, let's get to stamping. Some stuff out of the way here. All right, here's our card again, just so you can see it. Aren't those colors pretty? It's so spring-like, and I am so ready for spring. I have spring fever. All right, we are going to take our big flower stamp. Big flower stamp here. Oops, sorry, girls. And it will barely fit on. I turned mine a little bit. I turned it so it kind of had an angle to it. My ink pads are real juicy, so I have to remember just to tap 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 tap, not squish squish. I have a tendency to squish squish sometimes, and then it's like, oh my goodness, where did that come from? Make sure you get it all inked up. Okay. Straighten my piece of paper up here. Daisy, hush. She's mad at me now because I got onto her. So she's going to whine and pout. She'll be huffing here in a minute, I'm sure. It turned out pretty good. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so how I inked it, I used a blender, one of the blenders, okay? And what I did was I took an ink stamp pad, and I just kind of put some ink on it. You don't need a whole lot because you're not going to use a whole lot. And I just took my blender and I just picked up some of the ink. See, I've picked up some of the ink, and I kind of started where Stampin' Up's already given me my darker spots, because that's where I want it to be darker. And I worked out. I went darker, and then I worked out from that. When I could tell the ink was getting low on my pen, I just came back in with the blender and just kind of worked my way out. Take some of that off there a little bit. And see how I just worked it out to the end? So the furthest part of the petal was the lightest. Daisy, hush. Papa's sleeping. I'm sorry, girls, that she's just not cooperating today. I had to put a little bit more ink on that one because that one was way too light. Hush. Yeah, I really think Mom's going to watch this video and be like, that's it. I can't let her do it all by herself anymore because Daisy doesn't pay attention, doesn't do her job. I make fun of her on my video with my voices. And again, this is not going to be a card that you're going to make two of them alike. So the more you try, the more you're not going to get it. So don't even try. I wasn't sure I would like the blender as much, Cherie, because I really haven't played a whole lot with it. But I didn't want to use the alcohol blends because I felt that gave it too dark of a color. I wanted just something light. I wanted my flowers to just kind of be whimsy looking. And you can always go back over it if you want it to spread the color some more. This one's a little light, so I'm kind of getting some blend. I'm going to add a little bit more to that and kind of tap it off just to give some more color to it because it was too light for me. There we go. Blend it up. Tap a little bit more. Oops, that's a little too much for me. There we go. There we go. We got our flower colored. See that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off my blender. Till it runs clear, so I know it's not got any other color on there. And I'm going to pick up some of yellow, some Daffodil Delight. From my middle, bring in some Daffodil Delight. Again, I started in the center and just kind of worked it out. You got to be careful because the blender will bring in some of the purple. You'll start to see some of the purple hue from the ink that you stamped it. I'll bring in some more yellow over here. There we go. See, I kind of got a little purple hue going on in here, but it's all right. And I just wipe it until it comes clear, and then it's ready for the next one. Okay, so I'll set that aside. Let's clean this off real quick. That way I don't accidentally get ink stuck on something. All right, for my thank you for inspiring me. Let's get that one out. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss for that. And I'm going to stamp it on my yellow, my Daffodil Delight. Looks good. And I'm going to take my punch. I like the punches because I think they're kind of easy to use. And there's so many different ways you can use them. Okay. Put that aside. Okay, now it looks like I'm ready to assemble the front of my car. Okay, here it is. We need some ribbon. We don't need a whole lot of ribbon. I always give myself plenty of ribbon because I can always take the ribbon off. Daisy, get out of the trash. Now she's eating Kleenexes out of the trash. Good grief. She is never like this. She normally sits and is quiet and... Yes, No. Yes. I did stamp it on So Saffron. And what are you doing watching me? Now you're making me nervous. How can you be watching and driving on the way home? Don't answer. Do not answer. Okay. All right. So I need to take and connect. I need to connect my ribbon. I need to do it a little bit further up. Oh, that's too far up now. I connected it behind my DSP. I just have to find the perfect spot for it. There we go. I'd say maybe about about a half an inch up, 3/4 of an inch up. Okay. I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to leave it long. I'm going to leave it long until I get it all put together, and then I'll cut it down. So let's go ahead and lay this piece down. Oh my gosh. Okay, girls, I don't know what we're having for dinner because I was going to lay something out. And you know what? I just now realized, Mom, I did not lay anything out. Oops. Sorry about that. I had all intentions on laying some chicken out. All right. This goes on our piece of paper here. Okay. I have a little bit more border at the top and at the bottom than I do on my sides. It's just how I cut the piece of paper, I guess. But I don't think it looks bad. All right, now we're going to add our inked page piece. Okay. Roll my sticky tape over. There we go. All right, now I'm going to lay my ribbon down. I'm going to cut my ribbon off right about here on an angle to make it decorative, to make it all decorative like. Put that down. I'm kind of looking forward. I had ordered Daisy a new harness for the summertime because the harness I have for her is going to be too hot because she gets hot in it now. Daisy, hush. So I'm excited to see for it to come in because I was able to design it myself. So it's kind of cool. I found a lady that's gonna make her one that she can wear a cape with that has her patches on it, and then she can wear the harness without a cape if it's too hot out. The less on her, the better. I think if I wanted to be able to get her something that wasn't going to get her so hot because I know Missouri weather can be stifling sometimes, and if she's out and about with me all day, I don't want her overheating. She's pouting now, girls. That's why she's whining, because she wants out of the room because she thinks Papa Shucky's awake. Well, Papa Shucky's not awake, but she thinks he is, and she wants out. So I'm sorry, she's very vocal today. All right. Smack this puppy down. There we go. Now on the inside, we're going to add, what did we add on the inside? Oh, you are a real blessing. And we did that in Blackberry Bliss. Wipe that off so we don't get it all over our pad. All right, let's make sure that this is straight. I have a tendency to not have my stamps straight. I like my little grid paper because I'm able to just line it up. All right, before I go smacking it in my card, let's make sure it's straight. Anyway, her harness, her cape is going to be, her colors are gray and a mint. Kind of reminds me of mint macaron. Really pretty. Hey, cool beans. So she's going to have gray and mint macaron. It'll be like a smoky slate, actually. But it's going to look real pretty, and it's going to have a butterfly on it. And room to be able to still use her patches that I got her that's got daisies all over them. Good job. All right, then we are going to use Pool Party. And we're going to stamp the flower. We're going to use this flower right here. But we're going to stamp off. We're not going to stamp the whole thing. We're just going to use part of it. And I just want a little flower here at the bottom. Just kind of put it down here at the bottom. Just like that. See inside of that? Now let's add our gems to the front, because as we all know, we have to have pretty cards, pretty stuff on the front. Whew! Should have turned the fan on. All right. We're just going to do our rule of 3 again. There we go. And that is card number 2, ladies. Isn't that pretty? Oh, wait, we're not done. We have to add some Wink of Stella to the flower. Whoops. That's a lot of Wink of Stella there. I just added it to the dark pieces, the dark spots, to kind of give it some dimension. And I added it to the inside. There we go. Again, no rhyme or reason to my Wink of Stella, just Wink of Stella. That's card number 2, ladies. It turned out pretty good. All right, card number 3. I have a mess. Hold on a second. I have a mess. All right, card number 3. Is using So Saffron, Rejoice in Him stamp set. Can you kind of guess of what kind of theme we're going for here? An Easter theme. Here is our card. Here's our card. He is risen, and this one opens like this. Wishing you joy and love this Easter. I thought this was a very elegant looking card. And yes, Jesus has sparkle. Mom got so aggravated at me. She goes, I said, I need your Wink of Stella. And she goes, what do you need my Wink of Stella for? I said, because Jesus needs some wink. And she goes, Jesus does not need any Wink of Stella. I said, Jesus needs some Wink of Stella. Jesus has sparkle in him, so he needs the sparkle on my paper. Jesus does not need any Wink of Stella, Dorothy. I said, yes, he does. See who won on that one. I'm using the Rejoice in Him stamps. She's gonna get on to me for yelling or for talking in that voice again. I used the potted succulent dies to get this one, and then my deckled rectangles for this one. Okay, I used Memento and soft seafoam. I used soft seafoam seam binding ribbon. I thought that was really pretty. All right, let's get to stamping this one. I'm not an Easter card person. I don't do a whole lot of holiday cards. Just once in a while, I think a good card is warranted when a good set comes out that I just fall in love with, like this one. I just thought this was a pretty set. Okay, now we want to stamp our palm leaves all over this. But we want to make sure that our tree or our card is opening at the top. So we want to make sure that that's up at the top. That's Winkestella we can save for later. Let's not get the Winkestella all over our card. All right. Hush. I'm sorry, girls. I'd take her home, but then that'd be like 4 minutes or 2 minutes with total dead silence, and I don't think you really want that. All right. There's no rhyme or reason to how I did my palm leaves. I just kind of randomly stamped them around. Some of them are stamped off. Some of them are stamped on all the way. Going in all different directions. I think that's one of the fun things to making your own background paper is you can just do it however you really feel like it. And Cherie is really good at making background paper. I'm working at it. She inspires me. I'm not putting anything here in the middle because it's not going to show anyway. Put that to the side. All right. While we have this out, let's go ahead and stamp our palm leaf. I know what I didn't do. I didn't cut an inside, so let me get that here in a second. Go palm leaf for our greeting. Stop eating the trash. I'm getting a piece of white paper here, ladies, to do the inside with. I forgot to cut it. I thought I had cut everything, and I forgot I didn't cut it. Let's see, that's cut at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, just double checking. That's your normal inside base. Mom, I promise I will never laugh at you again when you do this by yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I will. Because that's half the fun. Throw those away. Ladies, if you could see it now, she has, Daisy has her head on my lap because I'm not paying attention to her, and she wants my attention. Tell me she's not spoiled. All right, see how our inside has the two palm leaves kind of overlapping each other? That's what we're going to do here real quick. In the center, let's double check that this is going to fit the way I want it to fit. Messed up my paper again. Hold on, girls. I have to cut another piece because this isn't right. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm for some reason not able to cut a good. I'm not able to cut right. All right, let's try this again. I need it to be 4 wide. 4 wide. 5 1/4 long, and I cut it at 5 long. See, she's got me all flustered. There we go. All right. We're going to make one go one direction here in the middle. Just kind of off center it a little bit. Like that. All right, now we're going to add on our inside, we're going to add wishing you joy and love this Easter. Get out of that. We're going to use Memento Black for that so it shows up. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Dad, would you take her, please? She's going nuts. All right, so we've got that done. Now we can do our front. Let's do our front one where it says he is risen. Get that one unstuck from my container. Papa Shucky came back and rescued her. Now she's all excited. All right, girls, I am so thankful that you guys are so patient and kind, because this is not easy. Although Mom makes it look real easy, this is not easy at all. I'm just going to put he's risen there. There we go. Oh, we needed our leaves again. I forgot. We were putting leaves on the bottom of this. It's all right. That's all right. We'll just add some leaves to it. Some palm leaves, some palm branches. On your deckled rectangles, ladies, you can't necessarily see it here, but you can in person. There's a right side and a wrong side. The right side is a little indented on the edges, and so it gives you a crisp look, where on the wrong side it's just flat and it just blends in. So when you're working with them, make sure you get the right sides and not your wrong sides. There we go. Now we need our Jesus picture. And my memento is kind of dry. I need to re-ink her, I think. So I'm pounding a little bit harder for my memento, just so I can make sure that Jesus is real dark and crisp. Okay. Put him up here. A good push down. Oh, it turned out pretty good. All right. Pretty good, pretty good. Now I'm going to take my Wink Stella and I'm going to just kind of Wink Stella his head covering. Okay, not a whole lot, just give it a little sparkle. I thought giving his head covering some sparkle was just fine. It gave it some dimension. I wasn't putting any gems or anything on him, so I figured the glitter on his head covering was perfect. Okay, now we are ready to assemble it, girls. Move that out of the way so we don't get extra Wink Stella on everything. Okay, so let's glue this down. Oh, before we do that, I need to get my ribbon. I just made a knot with my ribbon, ladies. I didn't do anything special with it. I just knotted it. So what I did do is I made sure I got a long enough piece. I cut it in half. And then I'm just going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to attach it to the back of it. Down towards the bottom. On that side. And then on this side. Flip it over, and then I just tied a knot. That's all I did was I just tied a knot. A basic right over left, left over right knot. And I did that off to the side. Oops, not too tight. If we do what Mom says, we only pull one side of it. All right, I'm going to leave him open. Leave that open for right now. I'm going to attach him to my bigger card, and maybe that'll give me more leverage to where he's not moving around as much on me to tie my knot. Kind of center that. Spots where we didn't put our leaves. Put him in the center. There we go. There we go. Now we'll just put that on top of there, and we can tie him. Oh, much better. Much, much better. I want to give you guys the host code for March. That's our host code for March. If you make an order, use that host code. That's how Sue's able to get you free stuff at the giveaways at the different classes. So use that host code for us, please. Cut my ends up here a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pop dot this up, but I have lost my pop dots. Oh, there they are. And I just want to say congratulations to Kat again for winning last week's cards. The way you're able to win cards, girls, is the more you comment, the more chances you get to win the cards. We like to hear feedback from you guys, and we like to see that you guys are talking to us. Don't leave us talking to ourselves. Make comments on the cards. Tell us what you like about the cards, what you'd like to see us do. If you've got an idea or a technique that you've been thinking about doing but just haven't really gotten the guts to do it, let us know. We're willing to try anything, see how it works. So ugh. So if there's something that you're thinking about that you wanting to see us do, just drop us a line and we'll see what we can do. We'll see about if we can master it or not. All right, so move that down. Move him off to the side here. There we go. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, now we got to add our insides. Add our inside. Get that glued down for us. Oh, girls, it's been a wild zoo today. It has been a zoo back here. But thanks for sticking around with me. All right. Here's card number 3. So we have
host code is not the class host code.
No, that's the code. The host code that I've showed you is if you make extra orders, not your class code. I already told them that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it.
All right, so this is card number 3. Here, I'll clean up my mess. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right, so I've got card number 1. Card number 1. Card number 2. And card number 3. All right, ladies, it's been a lot of fun. I thank you for putting up with my crazy zoo. And we will see you guys tomorrow if you're in the card class. Otherwise, we'll see you next. Oh, look at these nails for St. Patty's Day. Aren't they cool? Anyway, all right. So we'll see you guys next week for another 3 on Thursday. Bye, guys.